Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back. This is Prep Drip. Hope your day's going well. And today I wanted to talk about state of the crypto market for 2021 spring. Spring is coming, guys. It's end of February, and we got a lot of things going forward. So later, so let's just talk about first thing, the price of Bitcoin. What is going on here? So okay, so Bitcoin is currently at hovering 50K. So we can see that it dropped and it tested the EMA 20 close. I got the EMA 20 here. Actually, this is by default that TradingView has for this chart, and this is for the daily. So you can see that it basically tested it. But so as you can see, actually, just kind of looking at this entire trend, it really never crosses it. But I mean, just this entire bull market, it never crossed this line. And I mean, it did here, and obviously this was a bear trap, and people kind of once it closed below this, people probably thought it was going to just keep falling. It didn't. It kind of went back. So that's why price action is king. uh it's always good to kind of use these as a reference. I mean, not even a reference, but just as a grain of salt, really, and kind of give you some sort of indication, but never really guide to where you're going with your decision making. So, I mean, here, let's just kind of use as an example going off of the previous bull run cycle. Okay, so let's just, because what we know is Bitcoin goes in cycles. Sure, that's obvious. So, as you can see here, um, so this is this is the last, guys. So, as you can see, what happened here. Look, just kind of going off of the reference. Let's see, it kind of dropped here too, but then it came right back. So a lot of it does cross below. This is the bottom here. Okay, so as you can see, it does go below, but it's always a bear trap because it does drop here, sharply, but short term. It's almost like, hey guys, here, come pick up some cheap Bitcoin for a bit. We're only giving you a small time. So it's kind of like that, every single time. Look, even here, even here. I mean, this is a bit longer, but compared to these three here, it's pretty much like here. Here's a small time window, right? Up until, as you can see, happen again here. Up until obviously happened here. So yeah, I mean, just kind of want to talk about like how you want to view charts. So it's actually healthy that we're seeing this. We're seeing Bitcoin go down, crossing this line. But a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're gonna go to like 30K, 40K, 40K." Yeah, I can see that. Kind of going back to this part here. Sorry, but it's really hard to say. If anyone tells you they know where the price of Bitcoin is going, and trust me, in a bull run, your psychology. And what I mean by that is when in a bull run, everything is great. Everyone will tell you, oh, Bitcoin, let's just say we're over here now. You know, Bitcoin crossed 20K. People were like, oh, we're going to 30K. Boom, 30K. And people were like, oh, we're going to 40K. 40K happened. Now people are like, we're going to 50K. 50K happened. And now people are saying we're going to 60K. And so what I'm trying to say is people lose sight of a healthy trend, and they just kind of want highs to come every day. And this market is almost like a drug. It's it's crazy how that's how like how it skewers your psychology. So that's why you really need to know be rational in investing. Period. So going to 56K here. And now when it was here, if you look at like Twitter or other YouTube channels, they're probably like, oh, we're going to 100K now. And once it does, if it did touch 100K, people would be like, oh, we're going to 1 million now. There were actually people saying like, oh, why I think Bitcoin is going to 15 million. Like, just think about that. So just going off of the example what I just said, right? So each time it goes up, people the bar just keeps going higher. And what is that? Greed. Talking. This market of all markets are ruled by two things: fear. So that's the problem. So did you see anyone say, "Oh, we're dropping in price once we reach 56K"? Probably not very many people, if you did see it. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, only 80% of people are going to cash out at a reasonable price point. So that's why, guys, you don't want to keep raising the bar. You want to be rational. You want to stay level-headed, and because of things like this, this curve here, exponential curves of just highs every day, it really skews your like. Oh, you want to watch out for. So now, next, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance, as you can see. Well, first of all, I want to explain why is it important. So you need to understand that Bitcoin dominance. If you're really talking about alt season, if you guys think this was alt season, which it was, and it was a really great alt season for people who had actually bought the lows, the all-time lows. It was a great alt season for them. But the thing is, if you're really talking about alt season, and alt season meaning breaking through all-time highs of the previous highs, because we still really haven't broken all-time highs from the 2017-18. So so how when do we know that's going to happen? Well, see over here. So that mania, that euphoric mania when alt season happened, the crazy mother of all alt season, happens when Bitcoin dominance drops. So dominance was around 37, right? 36.9, 37, yeah. So that's when this was a time window where it was bananas. This is where real millionaires. It's a very short time window, and that's a really interesting about crypto. The time windows of opportunity are very small, and you really need to capitalize on that. Yeah. So and that's the thing, right? So when does something like this happen again? Well, we can see chart, interestingly enough, it never went back to highs here. So if we go to it's actually coin market cap that that's the actually there's so many of these index. So there you go. So Bitcoin dominance here. So this is very important. You want to keep an eye on this at all times. Very important. Not a lot of traders know about this, especially the noobs that are probably entering a cycle, watching them. So yeah, so as you can see here, this was 2013. This is basically when Bitcoin was the it, and I don't know why it's factoring at that time. So as you can see, slowly XRP had some share and then dropped, and yeah, it started there. Things started coming. So and then it kind of dropped, and this was the alt season. Sorry, this was alt season. That so this is what we're looking for. As you can see here, in the Bitcoin's dominance never reached this high. Why? because obviously there's coins coming taking my share, and you got Ethereum, right here, and I'm sure there'll be other coins coming out that will. Oh, so you really want to watch out, and so I mean it's anybody's guess. I do feel that we're gonna consolidate for a few months minimum, at least. So, if you haven't gotten coins, maybe, watch out, be careful if you're buying at these levels. It is, we don't know what could happen. Things can take a turn quickly and we can drop, or we can just go exponential from here and go all the way to 100k Bitcoin, 150k Bitcoin. It could happen. Both things can happen here. So it's a very fine line at this point in time when new traders are coming. So you really got to watch out. So yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about. So I mean, in terms of coins, guys, you really got to be careful. Um, the same thing is happening again, guys. Pretty much, people are kind of spinning up projects and rebranding them. They're taking their existing businesses that aren't even blockchain related, and they're just adding some sort of element of blockchain to it overnight, and then spinning up a coin, and it looks credible because the business that was a non-crypto company has history, right? So they just add some sort of blockchain terms to it and stuff like that. Oh, here's what we're trying to do, and here's our project, here's our paper, and that's why you'll see a lot of projects do not have a work, because that means they just they're kind of coming in. We don't know, right? I mean, I don't want to blame real projects that are really trying to build something long term here, lasting, but there are a lot of projects that are gotta watch. The uh the top 100 guys, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of shitty coins on here still. So this top 100 table does need to get fixed, and I don't think the real top 100 table will be fixed for a while. I think we're gonna see a lot of coins coming in and out. So I mean, for example, like Dogecoin, like come on guys, like I understand the gains are great, the money aspect was great, but I mean like, were you buying before Elon Musk's tweet? You know what I mean? Was your plan of action like, oh, I'm buying Dogecoin and I'm gonna hope Elon Musk makes a tweet? Was that your investment thesis? If it was, then great. In a way, you're a genius. You made money. But I mean, who do you think bought at the short levels or pre-tweet? Don't Probably nobody. So so there's a lot of coins here that I don't think Tron belongs here anymore. I think it had a good run in 17-18, but gotta go. Just a lot of ones. I don't want to talk too much smack about every single coin, but yeah. So you want to just be careful, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope and more so the crypto aspect, but I hope I shared some sort of profound psychology, and just a way to kind of prepare for this upcoming market, and to just have patience, and try to take it easy. Like, try not to look at charts too much. You really got to manage yourself. I mean, I would stay away from trading in this market. I would say investor, but because media has hopped on and they are just bloodthirsty for ratings, it's just ridiculous. So I mean, it's crazy. Like, if I type in like Bitcoin, because I have CNBC running in the background, which is a channel, they just have so much stuff going on. And like, look, it's just unreal. Like, they got big trying to emphasize Bitcoin by bringing in big names inside it. So it's just something you really gotta watch out for. I think the biggest indicator for looking out for Bitcoin tops, bottoms, is actually the media and your surrounding. has your mom and dad talked to you about crypto yet? Like, oh hey, hey Matthew, did you hear about you know uh coin, Google coin, Bitcoin, 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 coin? No, so it's just like ridiculous. So you want to just you really got to manage your environment. That's the key. So I really hope I added some value to your thinking, and that's the biggest thing. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.